Asham here with Flat Fee Landlord Property Management serving Northern Virginia. Today I want to go over real quick what are the real costs associated with self-managing your Northern Virginia rental home. A lot of people have never been landlords before. They're not really sure exactly what they're getting into when they become a landlord. So I just want to go over some realistic cost and time issues that you really want to consider before you take the plunge into being a landlord. So I want to start off right at the beginning. When you're trying to find a tenant, marketing and advertising your property for rent is going to really demand both time and money when you're doing it correctly. In terms of time, you are going to be the one that's advertising your property. You got to make sure that you're taking the time out to make sure it's being seen by everybody. So you have to put it on the internet. You have to make sure that you do the right amount of research in terms of finding out what the correct rental price is. And then you also have to conduct the showings. That's a time aspect that a lot of people don't consider, because more likely than not, if you were really looking for the right tenant, it's going to take you multiple trips to show that property to multiple people, hopefully, so you can find the right tenant. From a money standpoint, dollars and cents, it's going to cost you to advertise that property if you want everybody to see it, whether it's on a premier listing on Trulia or Zillow, or if you want to get access to your local MLS by paying a commission or a fee to be on there. You can use free websites like Craigslist, but again, that goes into the time aspect. More often than not, the one listing you put on Craigslist isn't going to be the one that's going to attract your tenant. You probably have to redo it multiple times, and each time you do it, it's going to take time out of your day to do so. The second cost that you need to consider is time on the market. When your home is vacant and it sits on the market vacant, you're not bringing in any income. And in my opinion, when you're not making money, you're losing money. So you really need to consider how long you can afford to keep your house vacant. Because if you're not marketing it correctly, or if you've never done it before, time on the market can really be your biggest cost, because you're paying your mortgage no matter whether or not that person or a tenant has been placed into that property. That mortgage is due each month. So each month it's sitting vacant, you're not bringing in income to supplement your mortgage payment. In addition to that, you also want to make sure that you're not undervaluing your property and leaving money on the table. If you want to try to get your property rented as soon as possible and come up with a really low price, well, you could be leaving hundreds, and over the course of many years, thousands of dollars on the table because you're not renting it out and you didn't do the proper due diligence to know what the actual market value of your rental home is. In contrast to that, if you market your property for too much money, that's when you're going to start running into issues with it sitting on the market for a very long time because you overpriced the property that you're trying to advertise for rent. Another one is finding bad tenants. This could be also another one of those big costs that people don't really look at as a dollars and cents, but finding a bad tenant can cost you many things. Your rent can be late each month. You can not collect rent each month. They could damage your property, or let's say they do all of the above and they do pay their rent on time and everything, but they nitpick on different repairs that need to be done on your property. That can also very easily eat away at your bottom line in terms of how much money you're making when you're renting out the property. If you're not a handyman and you don't know how to fix a lot of the issues that your tenant is bringing up to you, then most likely or not, you have to bring on a handyman or a contractor to do the repairs. And each time they come out, they're going to charge you a minimum service fee just to complete that repair. So even though they're small repairs, those are things that can really eat away at your bottom line. So those are all costs that you need to consider when you choose your tenant. If you choose a bad one, it can be very costly, from evicting them, collecting rent, or just the overall damage that they've done to your property, which could range to the thousands. And last but not least, I mentioned time before, but even though time isn't measured by dollars and cents, time's something that you can never get back. Many people really count on their personal time to spend with their family. They also count on their work time to be able to make money. But when you're a landlord, that's a full-time position. So you need to make sure that you're always available to your tenant to hear any issues they have with the property, and also check up on maintenance on your property to preserve that structure for an extended period of time. So although, like I said, time isn't something measured from dollars and cents, you've got to account for making sure you're available at all times, and that's really going to lower the amount of time that you spend, again, like I said, with your family and friends, or even at work because of time off you have to take to handle some of these situations. If you got any other questions regarding what it really takes to manage your property effectively, you can visit our website at flatfeelandlord.com, or you can also give us a call.